Morning. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine.
You doing good?
Oh, pretty well.
Yeah, exciting day, beautiful day outside.
Gorgeous.
Mid-70s, things like that. Kind of a nice
that's
day.
why we're here.
And today's like, what is it? September 17th?
18th?
18th, 2012. There you go. Look at our watch, and it's 8:10 in the morning.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
This again is part of the Rotary History Project for the Sun Lakes Rotary Club. I'm very happy to be a part of it, and you have been in Rotary since
1990.
April or so, 1990.
Yes.
You've been involved with this club 22 years.
Right.
Behind us is the Rotary banner with all of the accolades that we've had over the years. You've been a big part of that. And as of today, almost, you're going to be in age 85.
Right.
You look great.
That
You look
sounds
great.
good. Everybody tells me that.
And you're healthy, and it's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I'll tell you part of that story when we get finished.
Okay. Well, we'll save that for the end of the tape.
Well,
So,
no, I'm not on the tape.
okay. I'll let Bill go here with these questions that we've got. I'll read the question, Bill, and then you can respond after I read the question.
I was planning on covering those things in
In the question?
Yeah, not individually.
In the response.
But yes, and what I have to say.
All right. Well, then I'll just step out of the picture and say
Sounds
thank
good.
you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
You're on.
I have been asked to tell about my experiences as a Rotarian in this club. My experience and what I have done are insignificant to those things that our club has accomplished. However, I hope my presentation can cover all of the things that are asked for and will be included in what I have to say. So I hope to show you what this club has done, and hopefully, if you like what I have to say, you would like to become a member. My name is Bill Newlands, Newlands. My wife and I, Evelyn and I, moved to Arizona 23 years ago from New York State. And I have been a Rotarian for 22 and a half years. We have been married 61 years and have one son. When we arrived in Arizona, we didn't know a soul anywhere near Arizona. So one of our first priorities was to make friends and friendships. One of the early people that I met turned out to be Phil House, a Rotarian. He has since passed away. And not long after getting to know Phil, Phil asked me one day, "How would you like to come to Rotary with me?" And my first thought was, no thanks.
Really?
I'm not a joiner. I don't belong to any fraternal clubs or other clubs of any kind. Then I thought, if I say no, that would probably be the end of that friendship. And so I said yes. What I would like to do is to show you in this presentation that yes was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Wow.
Need I say any more about this club? This club is no doubt one of the premier Rotary clubs, not only locally, but in the area, in a wide area. We do many good things for the youth in our area. We help feed the hungry, and we aid those who have little means. Let's take a look at these things one at a time.
Okay.
For the students, we send students to camp every year where they meet other students from around the state.
That's the RILA project.
Yes. We send high school students to the International Conference in Whitewater, Wisconsin, where they get to meet and live with students from other countries around the world and exchange ideas. We send students to other countries to go to school in that other country for a year. We also host students from other countries who attend school in our country for a year, and at the close of that year, we fund the student for the ability to travel around the United States before they leave for home. We have a choices program for junior high students in Chandler as well as in the surrounding area. Students are shown the advantages of remaining in school, graduating from high school, and continuing school after high school in some capacity. In our STRIVE program, Rotarians act as mentors for students who have the ability to graduate but do not perform up to their potential in order to graduate, and we aid them in that process. Next, we feed the hungry. We help feed the hungry. 4 or 5 years ago, our club had a food drive. The man who ran the food drive was not able to reach anyone at the United Food Bank. I told this person that my wife and I volunteer at the food bank in Chandler, and we would love to have the donations from Rotary. I was instrumental in getting our club's relationship with the local food bank started, and it has blossomed. Our food bank is very small compared to the United Food Bank. However, last year, which was 2011, we fed over 46,000 people. 2 or 3 years ago, our local food bank was in dire need of a commercial-sized freezer. I heard at that time that our club had a balance at the end of the year. I spoke with members of the board of directors and told them that this was very critical for this time for the food bank operation. Our club donated the freezer, which cost over $4,000. I was instrumental in this program. We donate $100 for every speaker who speaks at Rotary all year long. And that money goes to the food bank in the name of the speaker.
You started that.
Pardon?
That's a new project with the donation of the...
$100 a
Yes.
speaker. That has been in for the last 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. That's a wonderful thing, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
One of our members donates enough funds to purchase turkeys at Thanksgiving and Christmas for 200 people. Hunger is an awful thing. We are fortunate that we are not hungry. These people have to sign up for a turkey previous to Thanksgiving. You and I could not go there this Thanksgiving and get a turkey because we're not regular customers. And they also know that the food bank opens at 9 o'clock in the morning. And at Thanksgiving and at Christmas, they begin to line up at 5:30 in the morning. Hunger is an awful thing. As far as the needy are concerned, we participate every year in a child spree program where needy children are allowed to buy $100 worth of clothing at rock bottom prices, and there is no cost at all to the children. Our club has also conducted exchange programs with Rotary clubs around the world. These are very popular. My wife and I have, on 4 or 5 occasions, hosted people and entertained them, people from around the world.
You've also participated in virtually
Yes.
every spree that's been here.
I think,
Almost all.
I think it was the first one that they had was to South Africa.
Right.
And I'm sure I never would have gone there had we not participated in that program.
Correct.
What tremendous time that we had there. We lived with the Rotarians in their houses, and we visited Kruger Park, which is known around the world, and so many different kinds of animals. Very, very, very nice. In fact, the first people that we stayed with at that trip, the man was from Denmark, and the lady had been South Africa citizen. Anyway, the first night we tried to have conversation with him, and this man wanted to discuss the foreign policies of every president of the United States for a long, long period of time. He knew, well, what do I know about it? But he knew the right answers for all of that. Unbelievable. At any rate, and the wife was a teacher who taught English to the local people, and my wife suggested to her that one of the things that she could do was to bring back people who had been to her program and speak to the group that she was teaching at that time. We have also hosted college students from places in the United States in our home on 3 or 4 occasions. These people are part of Rotaract program, and they were here to perform some work. My wife and I not only volunteer at the food bank, we also volunteer at the Chandler Center for the Arts in Chandler. Together, we have accounted for over 10,000 hours for which we were honored. My wife and I volunteered some of the things that we have done to hopefully to answer some of the questions that you asked. My wife and I have volunteered for every program for almost all of our 23 years until the last year or so when health problems were a little bit too much. These programs included Choices, Strive, Rotary Exchange, Child Spree, the Dictionary Project. We provide children in the 3rd grade in all the local schools in the area with a dictionary, a composite dictionary. And this year and last year, we have contributed about 4,000 dictionaries.
That's a great project.
Yes, it is.
There's great stories that people tell when they present those
Oh.
dictionaries.
We went to the same school the following year. Oh, no. When we were volunteering at the Chandler Center, there was a program they had on for school kids. And this was maybe 2 or 3 years after. There was a girl who had been in that class when we
getting her book.
presented the dictionaries.
Right.
And she came up to my wife and she said how she remembered her from that program.
Isn't that sweet?
And yeah, that was nice.
That makes an impression.
Yes. We also volunteer for the fundraising projects at this club. The yearly golf tournament, a pancake breakfast, delivering papers, and to all the Sun Lakes residents from September through April. Something else that I've done.
Okay.
A few years ago, the president of Rotary, who was a good friend of mine, asked me if I would be the treasurer of this club. I couldn't say no. Me, with no business background, no bookkeeping knowledge, and my objective as treasurer then was to be able to balance the books for each week, each quarter, and for the year. And I was a member, I was a treasurer for 2 years and on the board of directors for 2 years.
With no background in accounting
not
or
at all.
bookkeeping, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
No.
Because you know you're talking to a CPA here.
I know that. Not only that, but we had members. We had CPAs in the club at that time.
Oh, wow.
We also had many people who were in the banking business.
Right.
And here this guy asked me, and I was glad to do it. Anyway, after everything balanced and I accounted for everything, where the money went and where it was supposed to be in the book, as an Englishman might say, by Jove, it happened. Everything balanced. Okay. In closing, I hope I've included all the things that were asked of me. If you are interested in doing good for other people who are not as well off as we are, this is the club for you to join. Once again, need I say more about this, the good things that this club has done? Please consider being a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bill. That's a great story. Thanks very much.